All right, got the radiator in. Now I just got to wire up the fans. What could go wrong? Okay, so you can see it's pulling. So let's reverse these guys. Oh yeah. It's working. It says 10 miles per hour right there. Look at that. I got 38 miles per hour that time. He's holding it around 190. So the good thing, the fans are kicking on. Bad thing is there's oil in front of the motor. The only thing I did was change the valve cover gasket, so it's got to be that. Okay, I was getting kind of pissed because it looked like oil was getting onto the pulley and getting slung everywhere. But now that I have the car in the driveway and jacked up and all that fluid is kind of settled, I can see that it's not oil, it's water. You can kind of see the green from the antifreeze. They're at the bottom of the water pump. So we pull the belt off and the pulley. At least there's no fan on there, so it'll be easier to get to. So plan A is to tighten the bolts. If that doesn't work, then I gotta pull the water pump. And I don't know if I can get it out without having to pull fan shroud out of there, which is gonna suck. All right, it's hot. Inside the car, on the door panel, 109 degrees. All right, looks good. It's holding 190 so far. About 195 right now. I'm gonna push it a little bit more. I can smell the oil burning. It's probably the valve covers. Hear the smoke, temperature. All right. Yeah, this valve cover's leaking good. All right. So now it's up to 230. I'd shut it off and I forgot to leave the key on to keep the fans going. So shutting it off at 230, that's not too bad. I think that'll be okay. We'll let the fans run a little bit. And freaking water pump. It's dumping water. Yeah, I have no choice. I'm gonna have to pull that water pump. Shit. Let's just see if we can start it. I mean, it is on there. I think that the cast iron has a rougher surface, so it just stuck really well to that. The face on the water pump housing is machined, so it's very smooth. So I'm gonna hit it with the wire wheel and try to scuff it up a little bit. I'm also going to put 2 gaskets just to double it up, and then hopefully scuffs in the water pump housing will help the silicone kind of bite into the scratches. So there's the original machine surface. See how smooth it is? That's going to be conducive to leaks. This is hitting it with the wire wheel, so I'm scuffing it up a little bit, and hopefully the silicone will bite into that a lot better than having this really super smooth mirror finish. All right, so it looks like the cooling system is fixed, and then we had an oil leak from the valve cover on the passenger side, and we were leaking water from the water pump. So we got those fixed, hopefully. Time to do a test drive, and let's see what happens. All right, temperature's about just under 190. Seeing smoke again, so we're still leaking oil. All right, so the water pump housing leaked again. Gonna pull it off, see what it looks like, and change it. Hope for the best. So it looks like the gasket held up. Gasket's well stuck to the water pump, and it's still stuck onto the water pump housing. So it looks like it blew the seal and started coming out of here. See how it's all wet and stained. So I need to replace the water pump. That water pump seal probably could have gone out at any point in time, and I'd rather it happen here in the driveway than out on the track. This water pump is actually aluminum. That old one was cast iron. So we just dropped a little bit of weight. So that's good. It's always a good thing. Alright, so the oil's coming from up here. I think I could feel the gasket actually moving, so I'm going to pull the valve cover back off and try to... Oh, look at that. That's not even on there tight. What the hell? Temperature's holding up pretty good. So I think we'll go hit the freeway. Yeah, it's still dripping. Pretty good. Still wet up there. Alright, I'm gonna have to pull the valve covers. Means I gotta let it cool down again. Really? Damn it. Have it on there tight enough. This freaking sucks. Come on, Dorothy. You keep doing this to me. Freaking belt twisted on it. Never done that before. I think I'm gonna have to space this pulley out. It's different than the other water pump that was in there. Alright, so I checked the belt. It didn't completely come off, but you know, it came out of the groove and it's all jacked up now, so that's ruined. The pulley, so this water pump is apparently closer to the block than the previous one, so I have to space it out in order to get the pulleys to align. All right, so I had the spare water pump housing and water pump I dug out, and I put my pulley on here, and it is straight enough anyway. So the problem's not my pulley, it's the washers. Like 58 thousandths, 58, 59, 75, 60, 61, 80, 57, 60, 65. They're all freaking different, man. This is like 53, 57. All right, let's start over. Let's start a new pile here. 57, 57 and a half, 55, 58, 80, way too big. 60, 60, 60, 60. All right, we got 4 60 thous. We're gonna roll with those. So the washers on there, they looked like they were close to each other, but they were slightly off by maybe 5 thousandths spread, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's kind of a lot on the pulley from one side to be 5 thousandths shorter than the other. Try again, hope for the best. Please work, Dorothy, please cut me a break. All right, well, we're waiting for the silicone to dry over there. Let's go ahead and pull the valve cover. Unfortunately, these valve covers, I mean, they are very cool looking, but they suck as far as sealing because they're aluminum and it's soft. You tighten these bolts up and they kind of deflect the aluminum, and then when it's tight here where the bolts are, in between, the aluminum is kind of spread, so it's not tight on the it doesn't spread enough load on the valve cover and the gasket. So I had bought these. They go on here like this. They kind of look ugly, but they spread the load a little bit better. So I'm going to put those on. And obviously, as wet as it is, it's getting oil past it. Oh, that sucks. This hole is not inboard enough, probably because it's made for a small block Chevy, if I had to guess. This belt is from O'Reilly's Master Pro. There's the part number 7460. Basically no accessories. You know, depending on your brackets and stuff like that, that may not work for your particular application, but might be a starting point, so I'm just throwing that number out there just in case it's helpful. Let's see, the pulley looks pretty aligned, so that little bit, the washer thickness, moving the pulley out, I think helped it. So I think we're good. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and start the car. I mean, we went ahead and tried to fix the valve cover. I don't know if it is fixed. Hopefully we fixed the belt. We are not leaking anymore. We're cooling down, so all should be good.